Get ready for an epic journey through time and faith. Today, we enter the pages of the Bible to uncover the fascinating story of an extraordinary woman whose name echoes through the centuries. She was not a queen, a warrior, or a prophetess. No, she was something much more surprising, a harlot named Rahab. Rahab, the harlot of Jericho, goes down in history not only as a woman of exuberant beauty, but as a remarkable character who defied all expectations. The Bible reveals to us an unparalleled chapter of faith and courage, when she made a choice that would change the course of her life and the history of the Hebrews itself. Rahab, whose name means broad or spacious, was a woman who lived in Jericho, a city known for its imposing walls and strategic location in the lands of Canaan. However, behind the city's facade, there were stories of marginalized people and lives that were not broad, but rather restricted by difficult circumstances due to the mistreatment of the kings that plagued the population. Rahab was a prostitute, considered the most beautiful of all at the inn where she worked, an occupation that placed her at the center of attention of many foreigners and travelers passing through Jericho. Her profession, although controversial and often frowned upon, allowed her to hear stories from different places and cultures. Through these interactions, she began to hear about the Hebrews and their powerful God, who had freed the people of Israel from slavery in Egypt. Although her life was shaped by difficult circumstances and controversial choices, Rahab demonstrated curiosity and a longing for something deeper. She was not satisfied with her current situation and was looking for something that would give her life meaning. This quest brought her to a turning point when Hebrew spies entered Jericho, and her courage and faith began to shine through, marking the beginning of an astonishing journey. As news spread about the Hebrews' imminent invasion of Jericho, Rahab's heart began to beat faster. She remembered the stories she had heard about the God of the Hebrews, a God who performed miracles and freed his people. These stories stirred something inside her, a hope that perhaps there was a way out of her life of marginalization and despair. When Hebrew spies arrived in Jericho, Rahab saw a unique opportunity. She made a bold decision, choosing to hide the spies in her home and protect them from the king's guards. In doing so, she put her own life at risk, defying her city's authorities and, in a way, challenging her own identity as a woman despised by society. Rahab demonstrated her cunning by helping the spies escape. She hid them on the roof, under branches of flax that were being dried there. When the king's guards came to ask about the spies, Rahab misled them, stating that the spies had already left and that she did not know where they had gone. Their quick and ingenious action allowed the spies to continue their mission without being captured. But the real test of faith came when Rahab made a deal with the spies. She asked to be spared, as well as her family, when the Hebrews took the city. They agreed, but on one condition: Rahab must tie a scarlet cord to the window of her house, which was on the wall. This cord would serve as a sign for the Hebrews to identify her house and spare everyone who was inside it. The sign became a symbol of their faith and the promise of salvation. Rahab's courage and bold action not only saved the spies' lives, but also sealed her own transformation. At this critical moment, she chose to believe into something greater than the circumstances around you. Her journey was just beginning, and the Hebrew invasion would become the catalyst for the change she longed for. Rahab's courage during the invasion of Jericho left an indelible mark not only on her life, but also on the history of the Hebrews. When the city walls collapsed, fulfilling God's promise, Rahab's house remained standing. The sign of the scarlet cord was visible to all, and the Hebrews kept their word, sparing the lives of Rahab and everyone in her house. From that moment on, Rahab's life began a profound transformation. She was no longer just a marginalized prostitute. Now, she was a woman who had demonstrated courage, faith, and loyalty to God. The Hebrew community welcomed her as one of their own and recognized her importance in history. Not only did she find a place to belong, but she also experienced the grace and redemption she had so fiercely sought. Rahab's destiny took a new turn when she married an Israelite named Salmon. Their union not only brought safety and security, but also the opportunity to become part of the lineage that would eventually lead to the birth of Jesus Christ. Rahab gave birth to a son, Boaz, who would play a crucial role in biblical history as he became King David's great-grandfather. Rahab's journey, from a life marked by prostitution to becoming a respected figure and member of the Messianic lineage, demonstrates the transformative power of faith and determination. Her story inspires us all to believe that redemption is possible for those who sincerely seek transformation, no matter what past they have lived. And so, Rahab's incredible journey teaches us that biblical stories are full of surprising twists and inspiring examples of transformation. From a life of hardship and despair, Rahab emerged as a symbol of faith, courage, and redemption. Her trajectory reminds us that no matter our past, faith and courage can lead us to a better and more meaningful future. We hope you enjoyed exploring Rahab's story with us here on the Biblical Curiosities channel. If you were inspired by this story of transformation and want to learn more about other fascinating figures from the Bible, be sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with friends and family, and leave your comments below. Your suggestions and feedback are very important to us. Stay tuned for more exciting and enlightening content here on the Biblical Curiosities channel. To the next!